So we're back here on the Duncan Duo Show talking about the local real estate market. We were talking about refinancing before the break. And, it's interesting because, we had the refinancing boom of a few years ago, right, where everyone was refinancing and it was so important to refinance. And there's still a lot of people that should have and didn't. The rates being so low, it's a great opportunity for
Well,
that.
just look at the economic factors this past week. Look what the stock market did. It was like the worst week in stock market history, and what we would used to see in the markets was a great improvement in our rate sheets. This week we saw a good improvement, but not quite the same that would justify an 800-point drop in the stock market. But
Right.
the last time this happened, maybe a few weeks ago, we saw a great rate sheet for about 4 hours. We got a great rate sheet Friday afternoon. Not sure how long that's going to last next week, but the time is now. If you're looking to refinance,
Do it right now.
You have to lock
Monday.
You have to lock that in
Yeah.
ASAP.
What is you guys' phone number so someone can call you and refinance
Yeah,
with you on Monday?
813-438-3819.
And that I'll tell you, you're right. And that's sometimes people work so hard at paying attention to the data to time the market. They want to time it perfectly, and it's
And
really
then it
hard
just
to do.
happens.
But now is one of those times from a refinance perspective where if you haven't, it couldn't hit at a better time. Really, it really couldn't.
It's right now. Yep.
So. Arnie, what do you thinking about, you obviously being a veteran of the mortgage industry, seeing what's going on in the economy and the market with the rates right now, what's your take on what we're going to see with rates in the first quarter, in terms of, what we see in the mortgage markets?
Well, we take a look at that, and everybody has their predictions, and, over the years, everybody has an opinion, but what we try to do is look at Fannie and the Mortgage Bankers Association, Forbes, and all the guys that do predictions out there, and they're all pretty much the same right now. Usually, a lot of them have different opinions, but we're looking. It's going to go up. We've hit the bottom, and it's definitely going to rise up. I hope it's not going to spike, but it's going to go up. I'm hoping it doesn't go up more than 0.5% by the end of next year. Okay, but that's what all the other prognosticators are saying. But here's the thing: what's the economy going to do?
That's what matters the most.
That's what matters the most. People start getting their jobs back and the economy starts improving, it's going to get worse. Okay, which is, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, right? So we want people to get back to work. We want the economy to improve. But if that just means that there's going to be more activity in the market, which means that the rates don't have to be as low, which means the rates will go up.
At some point, rates are going to be back to 6% again, and everyone's going to think that's a great rate because that's where it is. But right now,
But they could have taken advantage of their opportunity.
3.875 or 4%.
Yeah, and it's interesting because we know prices are going up too. So if there's that chance that rates go up, prices go up, why would you not think about buying right now? If you're renting, if you're thinking about buying, don't wait. People, and especially on the price front, people say, well, I want to wait till the prices drop. Well, if rates go up a 0.5 point and prices do drop a little bit, you really didn't save that much. People focus and gravitate too much on paying attention to price instead of term and rate when they're buying real estate, because it's really the rate that that they pay more in terms of the house over time than the actual price of the home. So we have people to focus on that way too much. But yeah, and from a refinancing perspective, if we know rates are going to go up and you had that equity piece where you had a gain, now do it. Now's the time.
You have to take advantage of it.
Can I mention one more thing
Yeah.
about? So, I've been doing this for 31 years. I don't look it, I know, but but in the last 5, 6, 7 years, I've seen more cash come out of the woodwork to buy homes than I ever had before. Okay, and it's got to the point now where, especially with the houses appreciating again, why are you pulling cash out of the stock market to buy a home when you can get a 4% rate? You could do like the bank does and have arbitrage where you kept the money in. If you have a house now that's free and clear, you may want to consider pulling the cash out and putting it in the stock market where you can get more than a 4% rate.
Right. You go to, and again, we're not financial advisors, so this isn't financial advice. I'm not a stockbroker. I give all my disclaimers in there, right? But in reality, it's correct. If you can beat that return, or you have a mutual fund or something that can do better, why would you not take the cash out when you can get
free house and you get money?
Yeah, you get so. It's crazy.
And you're not a CPA either, but there are tax advantages.
Correct. Yeah, and all those types of things come into play, especially for mortgage rates being so low. If you own a home free and clear, and again, there's certain people that want that comfort and satisfaction knowing their home's paid off and it makes them feel good at night and they can go to sleep. But if you can make money from it, why wouldn't you take advantage of the fact that mortgage rates are so low and not go crazy?
Yeah,
Maybe
not
take
go
out
crazy.
50% of the equity.
Let's be conservative.
Yeah, you don't have. I'm not saying go out and refinance 90% of the home's value, but if you got a $400,000 house, you could take a couple hundred out of it and put it somewhere else. Or if we expect prices to keep going up, buy a rental property. Increase your net worth. Find other ways to make it worth taking that money out, especially at 4% interest rates. I mean, it's just astronomical. We're going to be back after the news break. We're going to continue the conversation with Buyer Protection Group, Randy Noon, Doug Ford, SuncoastRoofingSolutions.com, and Waterstone Mortgage. The Diaz duo, Arnie and David Diaz. Somebody's going to register that domain name. We'll be back after a quick break here on the Duncan Duo Show.